It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Black men don't like black women. That's a statement I don't believe in. Listen, I was at the gym the other day, and there was this older black woman, I would say maybe like early 40s, right? And she was doing some curls by like the mirror where all the squat machines are like right in front of her, and then the free weights are on the right side of her, right? Kind of closer to like where the walls, what's the word called? The cornerstone, whatever. And there's this white gentleman who is also doing some curls, and I can't hear them because I'm like probably like 100 feet away. But they start going at it like back and forth verbally. And she's trying to just mind her business. She got her headphones on. She just keeps looking back at the mirror after looking at him and saying a few words, right? And there's these two black men that are doing some curls, the free weights, right? And after the two, the white man and the black woman are sitting there kind of going back at it for a little bit, you know, these two black gentlemen go over there. And I can't hear like a lot of what they're saying, right? But I do hear one of the black men saying, I don't care about none of that. That's a black woman. That's a woman. You don't talk to her like that, right? And, you know, they're starting to go back at it and da-da-da-da. Anyways, so they walk away, you know, and it seems like he's going to like, you know, just like leave the situation. But as they're walking away, right, he starts spewing a few more words. And they come back, they're talking to him, right? And then he finally like, you know, shuts up and just does his little curls. And then I see one of the black gentlemen go over to the desk where the workers are. And he's like, he comes back with one of the women, one of the workers. And she is a younger black girl. I feel like all this is important before you're like, why are you gonna make everything about race? America. Anyways, yeah, so he's like, yeah, like, you know, and that's a black woman. Like, you don't talk to them that way. It's disrespectful. Right, and the other black gentleman is still over there by the free weights machine. And I guess they're going over there to deliberate. I didn't want to look super nosy. I mean, I was still kind of like looking, but I had to finish my workout. But anyways, so I go over to the front because I want to get on one of the massage chairs, right? And the dude, the white guy, he's at the desk, and he starts talking about all these conspiracy theories. Like, yeah, like, they bring people to, what was he saying? Something about like trafficking and stuff like that. It starts talking about all these conspiracy theories, right? Like they send agents out, which I don't disagree, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, so, and then I start hearing like, oh, okay, he's like, after I guess he's escorted out, because I'm the massage chairs as that's all going down. And basically I just hear like, oh, no, don't worry, like he's not gonna be back here again, right? So yeah, that's good. Just because, you know, like, listen, I believe that the gym should be accessible for everybody, but if you cause issues like that, no, right? So I say all that to say that there are black men out there that do care about black women, right? And it didn't seem like they were doing it to try to like make any like romantic or actual advances at her, right? After, you know, the guy was escorted away and things like that, they let her do her thing, right? Now, I didn't see her after all that happened, and I hope that she still feels like she can still come to the gym, right? Because I would really not, I'd be really sad if she felt like, damn, I can't go to the gym anymore. Because this is like a thing that a lot of women face too. They don't want to go to the gym because of, you know, maybe men who are like creeping on them or just getting into it with people, you know what I mean? And it's not like she was recording or nothing like that. She was just minding her business, because I was on like, I think like a bicep curl machine, and then she was on like, I think it was also, I don't know, everybody was curling, right? But she was in the machine in front of me, and I noticed her because she had like a purple like hydro flask water thing and like purple headphones, right? I was like, oh, that's cute. And I see this shit happening. And, you know, normally people will sit there and they may be like talking to each other. And since it's loud, we're in the gym, the music's playing, all these machines are going off. So they might raise their voice. So I'm thinking two people are just discussing, right? So I see the dude, and then I see he's yelling at this woman. I'm like, hold on. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, because usually it's like two guys, right? But no, that just didn't sit right with me. And if I was closer, I would have said something. But I'm just happy that the situation was handled well. I'm happy that those two gentlemen were over there to assist her, right? But I say all of this to say that I really don't like seeing whenever, and it's usually black women, yeah, it's black women who are saying like, oh, black men don't like us, right? Now, is it true that there are black men who don't like black women? Yes. But to generalize that statement is wrong, okay? I can't think of a stronger word, but it's just wrong, okay? I understand having multiple negative experiences with somebody of a certain demographic, but when you use those experiences to generalize and just to say, I'm not dating them ever again, you know, like, I get it. You're like, oh, I don't make the same mistakes again. But look at the type of person, the personality, and not their race, right? Right? Like, maybe you don't want to date somebody who, you know, has a certain background, like where they're from, or, you know what I mean, like what kind of stuff they get into, right? Like, things like that. Like somebody who's engaging in, you know, risky activities, you know, with substances and stuff like that. That's a red flag, right? Maybe you can change them. Maybe you can fix them, get them in rehab and things like that. But if they're not making signs that they want to, you know, progress and leave that lifestyle alone, then leave that person alone, all right? But don't attach their race to that personality. That's not cool. That's not cool. So,
Yeah, I just want to chime in on this conversation because it seems like when she saw, she didn't know what was going on, but the expectation for black men when in a situation the woman is being either verbally abused, physically abused, is that black men won't step in. When in fact there are even white men. So, but the fact that it is two black men stepping up, then you have a conversation of black men protecting black women. But regardless of what the situation is now, I don't like to get in a lot of people's business because nowadays people die over a little or nothing. So, but when you see something in a controlled environment and you talk about like a gym, well, there are weapons, but you ain't finna hit me with no weight. But you step up and diffuse the situation without making without it getting violent, and so anybody could do that. But it's good that black men were to help. But say if the black men were there, even in the proximity, but a white man stepped up, would you be like down in a black man? Well, the black men just sit there while a white guy had to save us, because that'll be the next conversation. It's like even though the situation happened how it happened, had it went another way, y'all would have figured women will figure out a way to hate black men, and it doesn't matter. Like the black guys probably would if they didn't step in and a white guy stepped in, maybe the white guy heard it first, so the white guy is more knows the guy who was arguing. It could have been anything, but they would have made a way if the black guys would have just sat there to blame the black or go at the black guys for not protecting a black woman. And and it's just, and really at the end of the day, it should be just humanity. But it seems like every day black men are defending themselves from black women and online criticisms. Like, no, we ain't all perfect, but neither are nobody is. So, and just like she said, who are you putting yourself around to where you don't think black men don't like black women? Who are you putting yourself around? If you go to a club, a black club, and you see a black man smack a black woman, but you're at a black club, and you be like, see, he don't like women, he don't like black women. I mean, it depends on the club, but if you're in an all black club, it's bound to happen. If a man is arguing with a woman, Y'all gonna call them sassy and all some more stuff. But also, I mean, no, that's why you can't even argue with women these days. You can't even argue with them. Just let it go. Like, a girl to try to argue with you, you just be like, man, even your own woman try to argue with sometimes your own woman be the one to put you down. And then she expect you to, you know, come and be this protector. At this point, you probably don't even like her. And then you be like, see, he never liked me. He was doing all this bad stuff to me, but who'd you date? If you date somebody that you got to put down, why are you dating them? So I just think it's your proximity. Just like them men in the gym, them black men was in proximity, and they are good black men because that's where you would see a decent black man at is working on himself. Um, they were in proximity to her and they took care of her. And that's what's happening. So get in proximity to some good black men. Stop having these issues.
Everyday people. Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.